stabilizing perovskite solar cells. And prior to my PhD, I was also involved in photovoltaic technology. I was working on CIGS thin film solar cells, which are generally regarded as second generation of photovoltaics. And then during my PhD, I embarked to work on perovskite solar cell, which are normally regarded as the third generation of solar cells.
Sweet,
So particularly, I'm working on the material sides of these solar cells, because in photovoltaics technology, there are basically 3 or maybe 4 different categories. One is the research in materials, which primarily I am doing. The second one is with its commercialization, like making modules. The third one is its installation. So I am basically associated with the R&D of materials.
That's sweet. And so, can you please let me know something about the perovskite solar cells? Like, how do you make it? What are the process?
The perovskite solar cells initially were started with the solution processing. That is like, sorry, I'm really sorry.
No worries.
So it was, sorry.
That's fine. Everything is good.
Can you just hold on a minute? I just need to grab some water.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So there are like initially when perovskite solar cells began in 2009, so we were using spin coating technologies. That is called solution processing, which is widely used in different industries. So with the passage of time, like these days, there are some other techniques as well, like plate coating and slot tie coating. So now different research groups and different companies and industries are optimizing these manufacturing process to make it scalable for commercialization.
Oh, but I have noticed one thing when I was researching about it. I have seen one thing that the efficiency of the perovskite solar cells is increasing from the last 10 years. Is it true?
It's not only a truth, but it is a naked truth actually now. So that is the best thing associated with this technology, that it only started in 2009.
Yeah.
And it's now almost, if not beating, then it's almost now reaching the levels of silicon solar cells, which have been like in the market like for about 100 years.
So, and one more thing, when I was researching on it, I have seen that when they have started their research on perovskite solar cells, it was on 15%, but now the efficiency is touching 35%. So if it is true, then I think it can be a future of the like of the solar panels. And one more thing, is it true that the weight of perovskite solar cells are so light that you can fit this kind of solar cells at the top of balloon as well?
Yeah, so I'll first respond to your first question, and there's a slight maybe mistake from you, that when perovskite started, they had a efficiency of 3%, like in 2009. As I could see in your report as well, there's an aerial chart. So it only started with 3%, but in just 1 decade, it's now about 25%,
Yes.
slightly higher than 25%. So yeah, like they have skyrocketed in a
Yeah.
very, very small amount of time. And coming to your second question,
Lightweight.
they are absolutely lightweight because the new
Oh,
technologies like perovskite and or even CIGs, they can be fabricated on flexible substrates. Like in case of silicon, you're depositing them on either uh, any metal, hard metal, or any glass. So you can't, move them. They
oh,
can't be flexible. So in case of perovskite, they can be deposited on like plastic sheet or even your
oh,
home paper.
oh. That's
So
so that
yeah,
and so that's
so
mean if they will be able to put in on the top of anything, then
mhm.
these kind of solar cells or solar plates can be used on cars to charge the batteries, like on electric cars. This can be a
Yeah,
future as well.
yeah, many companies, like recently I was in a conference. So Toyota in Japan, they are already researching and working on that. So
Oh,
you will soon see some solar powered car on roads as well, and that could be perovskite.
oh, that's sweet. And can you also let me know what about the cost of perovskite solar cells? Like, is it expand? I have heard that, and I have researched on it that as well, that it's cheaper as compared to the silicon solar cells.
Yeah, that's where, or that's why we are researching, because
Yeah,
silicon is already a well-established technology, a
yeah,
champion technology. Uh, it's ruling the market. Like 90% of the solar
90%.
cells
Yeah,
are of silicon in the market. So why we are then researching on other materials like perovskite or CIGS or etc. The only thing is the cost, of course, because
oh,
silicon is slightly, not
ex-
slightly, in fact,
yeah,
around 7 to 8 times uh,
expensive.
expensive than perovskite. If you see, like silicon costs around 80 cents per watt, and the estimated cost for perovskite solar cells is around 10 to 15 cents per watt. So
Yeah,
it's a huge difference.
yeah, yeah, that's
So
true.
that's why, like, if you come into or if you belong to a photovoltaics community, so nowadays everybody is just talking about perovskite.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard that. And one
Mhm.
more thing, is the lifetime efficiency of perovskite solar cells is equal to silicon solar cells, like is also to 25 years?
Yeah, that's where we get disappointed when when we talk about perovskite. So the only problem with the
Oh,
perovskite is its lifetimes. So my work or my research direction is on stabilizing these materials. So
oh,
stabilizing means enhancing their
lifetime.
lifetime. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only major uh, obstacle that people working on perovskites are facing nowadays.
And
Otherwise, it's inexpensive. It's
yeah,
very high
like,
power conversion efficiency. Everything is good. Fabrication is easier. Only lifetime is, lesser, and
yeah.
that's extremely lesser than silicon.
So thank you. And last thing, what do you think about the future of perovskite solar cells?
Yeah, of course. Like the way it has come into the not market but come into the notice of researchers, and the way it has outweighed silicon in almost all aspects except this lifetime.
Yes.
So I believe sooner or later, uh, people will be able to overcome this challenge as well. And you will see, even maybe on your t-shirts, on your jackets,
Oh,
on your cars, everywhere there will be a perovskite.
oh
So
my
that's not one interesting thing I would also like to tell you. Its application is not only limited to uh, photovoltaics. Uh, People have extended it to batteries and and different, electronics, sensors, and everything. So you will see, yeah,
God.
perovskites everywhere.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna